Hey everyone, Staci Wallace here, and we are live with Warrior DNA. And I want to first off, before we do anything, say Happy Mother's Day to all you crazy warrior queen, goddesses of light, princess warriors, women with a passion, taking action, making a difference in the world around you. Happy Mother's Day. Whether you are a mom of womb, meaning you have produced life out of your body, which, by the way, is the greatest miracle on the planet, being able to partner with an infinite, omnipotent, omnipresent God that can actually do all that in our bodies. Crazy, crazy cool to think that we have that capacity as women to partner with God to produce life. Incubate a seed and then produce life. It is pretty amazing. So happy Mother's Day to those of you who have produced life on that level. And for those of you who are godmothers or stepmothers, or maybe you haven't had a baby of your own, but you are mothering. You're mothering nations. You're mothering other people's children. You are babysitting. You're taking care of others. You're nannies. You're doing the mothering role. Happy Mother's Day to you as well, if no one has celebrated you today. What I love is, in order to create anything or anyone great, it takes a village. And that's why I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of you who are celebrating this day together. So I love my mom, and she is amazing. She's a Proverbs 31 woman that has definitely left an imprint on my life. So I know what it's like to have a great mom. For those of you who don't, today I'm going to mama you just a little bit. So whether you're a girl, whether you're a boy, whether you're a warrior king, or whether you're a warrior queen, today I'm going to be speaking to you about a topic that all day today I've had confirmation after confirmation after confirmation that this is the topic for today. It's not all about flowers and roses and daffodils. It's about adversity. And I'm going to talk to you about something that has just, again, been confirmed over and over again, that is so important because so many of you have been struggling in marriage, struggling in life, struggling in your businesses. Some of you feel like giving up in your business. And I am going to nail this sucker on the head today, because adversity is not your foe, it's your friend. And you're going to figure that out by the time I'm done with this short Facebook Live. So what I'm going to do here, I just post where you're from. I'd love to see the cities that you're joining us from. Hey, Barbara Dryden. Go ahead. I'm going to give you all a second to go ahead and tell me where you're from. And Denise is in the house. Mark Adkins. I want to see where you guys are from. So post the city and state where you're from. And then here's what we do every single Facebook Live. We go back to the former Facebook Live, because some of you are able to watch it live and some of you watch it on the replay. But we go back and we look at those who have shared and commented. And every week we do a drawing. And so this week, I'm going to be giving away my training called Embracing Change. Now, this training is new from the one that we gave away last week. Last week, we gave away Due Season. Embracing Change is all about the metamorphosis of the real you. Now, if you haven't read the book, The Real You, meaning understanding not only your birth order, where you come from, but the metamorphosis of who God intended you to be on this planet. Now, I was talking to a powerful leader today, worship leader, anointed warrior, and this person this morning was talking to me saying, you know, despite everything I've done, despite the culture I've come out of, and they've come out of an amazing family, an amazing culture, they said, you know, I'm still struggling to know what is my place on this planet. What is my place on earth? What am I supposed to be doing in this season of my life? That is what this training is about, the metamorphosis of the real you. Well, in order for you to become everything God created you to be, you got to know what seed you come out of, because you know what? A seed reproduces out of itself. If you came out of adversity, chances are right where the enemy has tried to destroy you or hurt you or depress you is right where God's going to use you in your business, in your family, and in your life. So if you come from a home that there was a lot of abuse and there was a lot of rejection, chances are you're going to be either one that gives rejection, or you're going to be a hope giver, a life giver, because the adversity is like the pond, But you get to decide, am I going to reflect the pond, or am I going to reflect the creator of the pond to use the adversity to give me greater trajectory? We're going to talk about that. But today, I believe, Denise, who was the winner for today? Awesome! Okay, in the house. Sorry, I just yelled into y'all's ear. Let me just see who's on here. Let's see if this person's on. This is from last week. Share and comment winner is, yes, she is, Sheila Kelsey. So this is you. I mean, I believe this is a message for you. It's a timely message for you. Success is not a destination, but a journey through seasons of necessary change as we grow to become better, stronger, and more effective leaders at both work and home. In this 4-part series, I strategically use the analogy of a butterfly and her metamorphosis to help you emerge from limiting beliefs, overcoming obstacles, and stepping out to encourage you to live your dreams. So Sheila Kelsey, you're going to get that embracing change. We'll hook up with you and make sure you get that. All right, let's get started. Remember, share, comment. And guys, today I want you to post your city and where you're from. This is important. I'll tell you later why that's so important. But here's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about using adversity to create greater trajectory in your business and in your life. Now, you guys know in about 8 days, I'm going to be on my yearly Get Crazy in my overall fishing trip with my family. Every year we go trout fishing. This isn't deep sea fishing. This is freshwater fishing. This is where we're on a creek on the Illinois River. It is one of my heavens on earth. I love fishing. If you guys haven't seen my fishing training, just go to staciwallace.com/fishing, and you're going to hear about something called trajectory. Now, when you're crappie fishing, Mr. Crappie taught me a fishing technique that I'd never heard before. I also hunt. For those of you that are fish lovers and animal lovers, I am sorry, but I was raised in Texas, and I was raised that you hunt for your food, you eat the food you catch, and that's just the beast inside of me coming out. So anyhow, so trajectory in crappie fishing, what Mr. Crappie taught me, and you can see it at that training there at staciwallace.com/fishing, is he showed me how to use a fishing rod as a bow, and how you pull back with great tension on the line, and then you can aim it right towards the dock or the weeds, whatever it is you're fishing in, and you can every single time release that hook, and it goes straight. It has trajectory to go straight towards where you're aiming. Well, in the same way, when my son was little, he used to love running around the house acting like Robin Hood. He had one of those little Toys R Us bow and arrow sets, and had the little orange suction cups, and he would sneak around the corner, and the best place for it to stick to was the refrigerator. So, he would run around, and he would sneak around the corner, and then he would aim towards the refrigerator, pull back that little Toys R Us bow, and would land, he would, like, whatever his victory cry was. So that was really cool. But what was amazing was when he got a real bow. And when he got a real bow, he realized that it's very difficult on a real bow to pull back if the tension hasn't been set properly. So too much tension creates restriction, right? Follow me here. Too much tension creates restriction. But when Larry walked over to Peyton, he said, "Let me set the tension of the bow." Well, he set the tension so it was still firm enough that he could pull it back. But what it was doing, and see, before he did that, Peyton thought, oh, well, I'll just put the arrow on there and push it forward, but it just kept falling to the ground. When Larry set the tension weight of the bow, Peyton was able to pull that bow back and then release the arrow. And of course, the trajectory, it flew through the air. Now, he wasn't very good at it, but what the point was and what was being showed is tension or adversity is not your enemy. Tension could actually be your friend. It could be the setup for your comeback. I looked up, what does the word adversity mean in the Merriam-Webster dictionary? And it's interesting. Look at these words. Misfortune. Now think about, can you relate to this? Misfortune, trouble, bad luck, hardship. Had anything going wrong in your life lately? Had any hardships, any misfortunes? Had any disasters. I remember when our house burnt down, couldn't figure out what is God doing in this moment. But there was a peace inside of me. While we were watching our house burn down, I sat on the curb looking at my house burning down. And I remember singing this song that just came. I wrote it right there on the spot. And it was, thanks for the joy that you've given to me. Lord, thanks for your love unconditionally. Oh, thanks. And I'm sitting there watching my house burn down. Thanks for peace in the midst of the storm. Lord, I thank you. Yes, I thank you. How can you have peace in the midst of adversity? In your business, in your family, in your life. I've got some friends that have recently been diagnosed with cancer and disease in their body. How can you on Mother's Day, as a woman, you've been diagnosed with breast cancer, how can you have peace in the midst of misfortune, peace in the midst of trouble, peace in the midst of disaster or sorry or suffering or setback? I'll tell you how. Because sometimes God uses the setbacks to become a set up for your greater trajectory so that he can give you a massive comeback and a story that can change the world. Don't believe me? Think about this. Think about Bethany Hamilton. Bethany Hamilton, young girl, 13 years old. She wants to be a world champion surfer. And next thing you know, she's out with her dad and friends, and they're paddling out and bit by a shark. Now, if I don't know about you, but if it was me, I probably wouldn't want to go back in the water again. Gets her arm bit off, and I think she lost like 60% of her blood or something. It was a miracle that she survived. But not only did she survive, but of course, laying there now, she doesn't have an arm. She's got to think about, what am I going to do with my life? I had all these dreams. I wanted to be a pro surfer. And now she's without an arm, and you can imagine the depression that went through her mind. But instead of staying in a state of misfortune or sorry or suffering or bad luck, she decided that I'm not going to let a shark steal my dreams. I'm not going to let a negative diagnosis define my future. I'm not going to let somebody else's attitude or no against my business define whether or not I pursue my dreams. Don't let the fact that somebody else failed at their dreams rob you from pursuing yours. Let me say that again. Don't let the fact that somebody else failed in their dreams rob you from pursuing yours, and pursue it with passion. See, the interesting thing is the sharks are out there. They're out there to steal your joy. They're out there to steal your hope, to steal your testimony, to steal your life, to steal your business. The enemy comes, but to kill, steal, and destroy. And who does the enemy use? People. People. He uses voices, uses adversity to try to stop you, to be too much tension versus the right amount of tension set by a loving God. You may not think you can handle anymore, but he said, I will not give you more than you can handle. So if you're breathing, if you're alive, and all hell has broken out against your business, all hell seems to be breaking out against your family or your finances, guess what? He said, I'm still right there, and I can handle a shark bite. I can handle the fact that you don't have an arm. Think about this. Did you know Bethany Hamilton before the shark bite? No. You had no clue who she was. Now there's been a movie about her. Why? Because sometimes God will use adversity to create trajectory to get you where you can't get yourself without that adversity. And here is a scripture on Mother's Day, on Sunday, for your business and your life. All things, even the worst things, can become God things if you let them. Let me put it into a real scripture. All things work together for good to them that love God and are called according to his purposes. All things. Even when people are rotten to you, even when you've been rejected, even when you've been bit by a shark, even when you've been diagnosed as cancer, no matter what, all things, even the worst things, work together for good. Why? Because God is all about trajectory. He's about taking you from a normal existence and doing something extraordinary, abnormal. So right now, you might be trying to get out of the adversity. You might be trying to get out of the pressure, but here's what I want to tell you. Your problem is a part of the process of getting you to progression. Let me say that again. Your problem is a part of the process to get you to the trajectory or progression of who, what, and where God's trying to take you. Are you ready for that? Well, I believe that today, if you will begin to see adversity, maybe the no's in your life, you're like, I just can't take one no. Really? Tell that to all of the other people who are earning extraordinary incomes in a home-based business. You feel like, I just got to quit. Every single one of them, myself included, we've quit 1,000 times in our gut. But you know where we didn't quit? We didn't quit in our heart. We kept going. We got up. We fall down, we get up. We get rejected, we bounce back. Get rejected 7 times, come back 8. Because warriors don't retreat, they reload. Warrior queens, mamas, on Mother's Day today, you might feel like your kids have rejected you. You might feel like you're alone. Warriors don't retreat, they reload. So today, remember what warrior DNA means. The distinctive qualities, characteristics of men and women who possess ridiculous faith and fearless courage in the midst of adversity, right? So today, I want to say this to you. I pray that you can find peace in the midst of your storm, to endure through the process as God progresses you and your business and your family and your finances. Make the adjustments you need to make in your business. Find the coaching, personal growth and development. Read a book. Watch some videos online. There are leaders right now who are in their sweet spot. I promise you, they haven't always been in a sweet spot. They've had adversity. But if they're in their sweet spot, learn from their sweet spot. And then eventually, you'll have your own sweet spot and somebody will learn from you. Remember, when you have a setback, don't take a step back. Get ready for your comeback. Because sometimes a setback is a set up to give you the trajectory for your comeback. I'm praying God's best for you. Happy Mother's Day, on Mother's Day, on Mother's Day. Oh, how I love you, yes I do. On Mother's Day, on Mother's Day. Oh, how I love you, yes I do. Okay, that was corny. But remember, now is the time. This is the place. You are the one to help us make life better for many. Overcome adversity to create greater trajectory. God bless everyone. Sheila Kelsey, it's coming back at you.